Vanderpump Rules cast members Tom Schwartz and Katie Maloney had a difficult time throughout their divorce, and during the show's Season 10 reunion, spoke openly about the state of their relationship. Tom and Katie, who have both been on Vanderpump Rules since its debut in 2013, were together for over a decade when they divorced in 2022. The couple shared many ups and downs throughout the show's run, from Tom pouring a drink over Katie's head in Mexico during Vanderpump Rules Season 2, to their elaborate wedding in Northern California, and seeing their divorce was a sad, somber moment for longtime viewers. Though Tom and Katie have always been open with Vanderpump Rules cameras, they handled some of their divorce during a time when the show wasn't filming. After sorting through their lives together and separating accordingly, things were terse for Tom and Katie during Vanderpump Rules Season 10. While Katie tried to be transparent that she would feel uncomfortable with Tom hooking up with anyone within their friend group, Tom ended up making out with Raquel Leviss anyway during Sheena Shea's wedding festivities. Their one-time communicative friendship was seemingly ruined by Tom's actions, and during the Vanderpump Rules reunion, the pair spoke openly about the current state of their relationship. 5. Tom and Katie have minimal interaction. Katie has been transparent with anyone who asks that she has very minimal interaction with Tom now, and said as much during Vanderpump Rules Season 10 reunion. She explained that she talks to her ex-husband about their dogs, who they continue to co-own, and that's it. While it's clear that Tom would still like to have some sort of relationship with Katie, it's obvious that she doesn't feel comfortable with her ex-husband after his disrespectful actions with Raquel and his overall involvement with Sandoval, his business partner Tom Sandoval's affair with Raquel. Katie explained during the reunion that she wanted to maintain a friendship with her ex, but his disrespect was too much for her to handle. Tom seemed baffled by this, especially considering Katie was the party who initiated their divorce. Katie went on to share that because she and Tom went from being married directly into a friendship, things were far more complicated, and that the pace they moved made things more difficult for them to bounce back into a space where things felt comfortable. 4. Katie explained the no hooking up in the friend group request early on after Tom and Katie split. The Vanderpump Rules stars sat down to establish some ground rules about their friendship, social circles, and what they would or would not feel comfortable with. Katie explained that she would not be comfortable with Tom hooking up with anyone in their large extended friend group, and Tom agreed to this stipulation, not seeming to take any issue with the rule. As time went by, it became clear that Raquel, who had recently ended her engagement to Sirs DJ James Kennedy, was interested in Tom and being pushed to make a move by several Vanderpump Rules cast members. Katie continued to voice her discomfort with the idea of Tom and Raquel pursuing anything romantic, especially because both parties had made it clear that there was no real romantic interest between them. Instead, it seemed that everything they were pursuing was incredibly casual and purely physical, which made things worse. During the reunion, she explained that after being in an incredibly long-term relationship with Tom, she would appreciate it if they could keep their romantic interactions outside the friend group in order to allow them to maintain a civil friendship. While the ask didn't seem that difficult to understand, neither Tom nor Raquel felt it warranted their attention. 3. Tom doesn't understand how he was disrespectful while Tom made it clear that he wasn't interested in Raquel, not only to Katie but to almost everyone who asked him about it. He still didn't seem to understand why kissing her was disrespectful to Katie. When the fact that Raquel and Tom had kissed was brought up to Katie, she decided it would be best to cut off all contact with Tom outside their communications about their dogs. Tom tried to approach her in several instances, but it was clear that Katie was not interested in hearing from him. During the Vanderpump Rules reunion, Tom still was confused as to how his actions were disrespectful despite having apologized. Katie tried to explain that it felt uncomfortable to deal with Tom hooking up with someone in their friend group, but when Tom countered that she had been sleeping with other people while they were still living together, she explained that it hadn't been with anybody he knew. Tom went on to discuss that, while he didn't blame Katie for filing for divorce, he had been in a terrible place when she did so. Dealing with as much as he had, he was likely looking for her to cut him some slack, but Katie remained steadfast that his actions were disrespectful, and she didn't need that energy in her life. Katie was revealed as the only cast member that's never cheated during a moment in the Vanderpump Rules reunion where Andy Cohen attempted to call out the hypocrisy in the larger group by explaining that nearly everyone in their friend group were cheaters. He made an interesting discovery. After going through the majority of the cast members, he mentioned that Katie was the only person in the group who hadn't cheated, aside from Lisa Vanderpump. Tom, on the other hand, cheated on Katie countless times during their relationship. While he was quick to point out that he never cheated on her while they were married, this held little water next to the fact that he cheated consistently prior to their wedding. When Tom felt uncomfortable with Katie moving on, Tom seemed unhappy with the state of his relationship with Katie, both during the Vanderpump Rules Season 10 reunion and throughout the season. It feels obvious that Tom and Katie's relationship has ended for Katie, but it may not have ended with as much finality for Tom. He seems to be hung up on his ex-wife in a way that may not even be romantic, but after having been together for over a decade, feels familial. Not only was Tom open about the fact that seeing Katie move on was difficult, but he clearly has tried to have continued contact with her despite her lack of desire to do so. Sources: Tom Schwartz, Instagram. Katie Maloney, Instagram. Tom Schwartz, Instagram. Katie Maloney, Instagram. Tom Schwartz, Instagram.